Hey, this is Learning Again with Truly Writer. Again, Truly Jacob Areta is my pen writing media name, so you probably won't see my face. So again, we are going through Big Thoughts for Little People by Kenneth N. Taylor, ABCs to Help You Grow. Again, I think there should be a audio where it gives you the proper pronunciation of each letter, and where every letter has its own distinct sound, where it's its name and its own distinct sound, so you can actually sound out all the words as you read them properly. So that would get rid of the I before E except after C crap uh, that this warped language taught everyone. So again, we are using a Christian book for materials. So if you are a Christian, would you use this book to help teach the alphabet and moral lessons to Christian children? Now, for me personally, I have become agnostic, so if you're not going to teach someone how to pronounce the letters properly, this book probably doesn't really help people. And if you're not going to actually demonstrate with your behavior and your words, like all the Christian denominations, that you actually are going to implement what you say you believe with your behavior, is there really a point in teaching moral lessons and causing one individual to be a true believer and like basically influence them to believe that this is the true religion when it's probably not? Yeah, and then it backfires later down the road because none of what you actually told this individual ends up being true at all, because someone was drunk and warped or messed with these stories so badly that it's like the Bible and these stories actually contradict each other. And the laws with these stories contradict the actual stories. Like, it's very interesting that that's what happens. Anyways, we're gonna go through another letter. So this is one of those videos where positivity and negativity are allowed to be here. So if you want 100% positivity, you should probably pick a different video to watch. So last time we did the letter M, and we're just going to compare scripture with scripture to see if these two, this Bible that they say belongs with this book, actually go together. God is not the one who likes things to be disorderly and upset. 1 Corinthians 14:33. So they say to use the Living Bible. It is a paraphrased Bible. So 1 Corinthians 14:33. Let's find it. God is not one who likes things to be disorderly and upset. He likes harmony, and he finds it in all the other churches. Okay. So there is more to this sentence. In the adult version of the Bible, I don't know what the children's version would be. So N is for nice. It's always worthwhile. Be pleasant to others and give them a smile. Do your parents ever tell you to be nice? What do they mean? Perhaps you have been playing too roughly or have hit someone or been quarreling. When they tell you to be nice, they mean you should stop doing these things. They want you to be pleasant and helpful. When you are nice, everyone is happy. When you do something naughty, everyone is sad. I don't know. I remember when I was really little, for some reason, the person who told me that they were my biological brother, they kept wanting, this individual, he kept wanting to bite me. And so I was like, why is he biting me? I didn't know if, I didn't think I hurt him in any way, but all of a sudden he was biting me for some reason. And with his teeth, and it really, really hurt. And so, I wanted him to stop. I may not have had the words or the vocabulary at that time to be like, okay, how do you communicate to this person that says they're younger than you to stop? You're hurting me. So I bit him in his scalp back, and in the process of biting him, my jaw hurt. You know, so it was like I retaliated because he was hurting me. So there were times like when I was an older child, like he grew up a little bit, I grew up a little bit, and he was like kicking me with his feet. And I don't know exactly what, but someone said I provoked him to kick me because maybe I wanted to sit on the couch too. And he was taking up the whole couch, and I didn't think it was fair. But instead of him sharing the couch with me, he's like, no, you be at the end. I'm going to get the whole couch to have my legs, be long from like one end. He was like sitting on one end of the couch, I'm sitting at the other one, and wanting to stretch your legs the opposite direction. He basically wanted me to be on like the last cushion seat or whatever. And so he would kick me, and I think I was willing to share, but someone was like, you provoked him. And I was like, did I? I didn't. I don't have a memory or malicious thought of purposely trying to provoke him. Um, you know? So, uh, so I was just like, huh. Uh, anyways, for the biting thing, I was convicted as like a 3 or 4 year old when I didn't even really speak yet. You got to do the loving thing and stop biting the one that called you his brother or whatever. So I stopped biting him, but he continued to bite me. So it was like the message got sent. Being nice and, following a conviction doesn't mean it brings you success and happiness, because just because you're convicted not to bite someone or not hurt someone doesn't mean someone else is gonna heed to that same conviction, actually treat you nice back because you're trying to be nice to that individual. So for me, being nice didn't make it so other people treated me in a nice way. They weren't loving to me back. And so uh, it's like uh, there is a principle in the different versions of the Bible that it's like um, it, it seemed like if you did the nice thing, if you were kind to someone who was technically an enemy, like Christians taught me through movies and different things, that's like, well, technically you can do this thing where it's like you can calm that person down. They will want to be nice to you or love you back because you love them first. No one ever wanted to love me back, even with me loving them first. So it was like, okay, well, I guess these principles in the Bible don't actually work, because if you love someone first, it's not gonna make someone love you back. They're not gonna want to go out of their way to be loving towards you. So, So again, it was like, well, maybe everyone is really selfish and they just think of themselves. And if you love and love and love and love and love and love and love, people are just going to take your love, and you're not going to have anything. You're not going to have any love uh, be filled with love at all, because you spent so much time loving everyone else, and you didn't um, do your job and make sure you got what you needed and loved yourself. So it's like, again, where is the balance with these moral lessons of, you got to be nice to yourself, and yes, it's good to be nice to other people, but sometimes people can reject your love, they can reject your niceness. So you may have to set up boundaries and be like, well, I'm not going to hang out with these people. I'm not going to make this person a boss of an organization, because they're not a nice individual and they just want power and control over people. That's not actually going to bring a happy, positive workplace, So where is the balance of the moral lessons here of like, hey, the Christian said we live in a sinful world, that God made everything this way and allowed sin and suffering and this severe negativity to get so bad where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Christians who say they're Christians, they don't have to really be nice. They can just say they're a nice individual. They don't actually have to implement it with their behavior and their words. We can just talk the talk. That's really what it comes down to, is the Christian religions, or all these different religions are, is they just say they believe in this religion, but do they actually do it with their words and their behavior? Do they really follow the rituals and the belief system? Because it seemed like I was really the only one that was for the longest time. And what did it get me? It just got more negativity in my life, where you got zero love. People got zero love. I tried to love other people, respect other people's opinions, perspectives, viewpoints. And did they have the courtesy to be like, oh yeah, I value what you say, that's okay, thank you for sharing your idea? No, they didn't care. So again, they talked the talk, but they didn't want to implement the behavior of, yes, you may be getting something out of scripture that I am not. I am going to respect that that's what you're getting out of scripture. I may disagree with you. That's okay. I still love you as an individual. Where is that? No, there was no, I disagree with your perspective, but I still love you as an individual. There was none of that. It's just like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong for having that idea. You're wrong for having that perspective. Rawr! Like, geesh. Like, what's the point of you claiming to be a Christian then? What's the point of you giving sermons and saying we all need to love each other if you're not actually gonna do it? What's the point of teaching your children good Christian morals of be nice? You need to get along with all the other kids in the classroom. What's the point? You don't actually believe it, because your behavior doesn't back up what you say. So it was like, oh, I'm the one that took everything to heart and was like, okay, don't hit someone. Don't lie. Don't give people false information. Tell the truth the whole time. And, You know what? Everyone else was like, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna try to get away with doing homework. I don't care about doing homework. I don't care about being respectful to the teacher. And then the teachers and the people in authority are like, oh yeah, you got to respect the teachers no matter what. They do such a hard job at teaching. My teachers in the Christian institution didn't even know how to speak the alphabet properly, and they claim to be certified teachers? Yeah, right. Anyways, if you can't speak the letters, then the letters have a distinct sound and every word have a proper definition. If you ain't gonna teach properly, you have no business claiming to be a fucking teacher. You're a horrible teacher is what you are. If you're not actually going to be a science teacher that takes your students through experiments that they can do themselves, then you ain't a fucking science teacher. You're a moron. You're an idiot. You probably didn't even really go to college and get an education. So, anyways, that's my viewpoint on the fucking educational system. So sorry that this is a negative video. Again, I don't think it's very nice that teachers wasted my time and taught me improperly to speak wrong. You know, I wanted to learn properly. I trusted my teachers to teach me in a way where I could become successful and independent, where I could take care of myself and survive in this world. But no, did they have the common courtesy to do that for me? No, they showed outright hatred for me. I don't care about you being successful. I don't care about teaching you properly. I'm not going to be nice. And my Christian teacher for elementary school, that was like 1st through 8th grade, except 3rd grade. This teacher was very manipulative. She wasn't nice at all. You know what she did? She taught the kids how to commit suicide and become dead. All you have to do is take a bullet, a gun, and put it up to your forehead. For if you shoot yourself through the forehead, it will kill you. It will murder you. If you shoot yourself through the side of your head, whether it's the left side or the right side, you have the ability to survive the bullet shot, because that's what happened at Hitler's concentration camps. You know, they experimented with the Jews or the Israelites, the Hebrews, and they shot them in the forehead. It killed them instantly. And then, you know, in the concentration camps, if they shot them through the side, they had the chance to live, you know. So she taught everyone verbally how to commit suicide with a gun if you really wanted to. And yet she probably thought that she was the most wonderful, nice person in the world. But to manipulate people into, or students to get good grades, what would she do? Oh, she would declare everyone's grade in front of the whole class. Oh, you got an A for this subject. You got a D. You got a C. And it seemed like it was very humiliating to certain individuals who were, struggling to learn, and they got an F or a D or a C. It seemed like people were devastated that she was, telling everybody's grades in front of the whole class, and everyone acted like it was okay later in life. This individual didn't mess me up. And then come to find out later, it's like, oh, when you were sick, you know what that teacher would do? She would talk negative about that student in front of the whole class and belittle them. She was a gossiper, a hardcore gossiper. And she claimed to be a Christian. And she said a lot of negative things about everyone around her, all her students, the parents. And then, if if she was having problems with a student, instead of going to the parents that she had a problem with, because this was a private Christian elementary school, she would actually go to the parents and be like, what can we do to help improve this student's academics together? No, she would go to another parent and talk bad about those students to other parents. And so it's like everyone knew everything. And so I was in this elementary school and I strove to do my best, like Joseph in the Bible, because Joseph, like anything Joseph did, because he did it with all of his heart, he became successful in everything that he did. That was my motto, even at this elementary school. Obey the teacher, do the instructions, learn so that you will be successful in life. Oh, and to find out years later, after it was declared that you are an adult, oh, she talked bad about me. And then she gave me a bad reference to a different Christian boarding academy when it was time for high school. So it was like, oh my word, I wasn't even taught by a true Christian. So why was she teaching at a Christian school if she wasn't a real Christian? You know? Teaching me how to commit suicide if I want to. Uh, uh, Teaching you to be nice verbally to your face, but then behind your back, she's basically not a nice person at all, not even a true Christian. But yeah, you have conversations with her. Oh yeah, I'm a true Christian. I believe in God. I believe in all these principles of the Bible or whatever. She probably didn't even really read it. Who knows? But she definitely wasn't a nice person. But yet she had first through first and second grade, and then 4th through 8th grade teaching me. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. I don't know. Okay, so 8 minus 1. So that's 7 years of my elementary educational experience. It's easier to subtract than add, apparently. So she wasn't nice at all. And because she could talk the talk and make everything sounds so nice and wonderful, and told amazing, interesting stories because there was voice inflection in her voice, everyone loved her, the parents loved her, but she would pick on a student purposely and pick on them, and use manipulation to try to get people to improve their grades. And then she didn't actually do any science experiments with us and teach us true science. And she just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. And it's really, she loved just listening to herself talk all the time. She didn't actually care about doing her job like Joseph, the most efficient, effective way to help each and every student. And one time I actually talked to her daughter and was like, she didn't do word problems with us. And that daughter defended her mother like a lord, like, yes, she did. Yes, she did. She taught us word problems. No, in first and second grade in my math book, there were word problems. But in fourth all the way through eighth grade, she didn't do word problems. And then in first and second grade, I wasn't at the comprehension level to be able to handle math word problems. So that wasn't the age to hand a child, here's addition and subtraction word problems. You need to do it. She didn't explain how to do them in first and second grade at all. It's like, here's your homework, do it yourself. Teach yourself. Well, if you have to teach yourself, then really she should be a teacher, um, uh, like assistant, and that means you need homeschooling material like Allure, where they go through every single grade level and they'd be like, this is appropriate for this level, this is what they need to focus on. And then you hear a voice and it's like, okay, repeat this grade level until you really can comprehend what you're doing, right? So trace the letters, trace the numbers, practice the right pronunciation of the alphabet, and that means you need an audio and visual, right? And you need different teaching tools, right? If someone isn't going to be, if they're teaching multiple grades in one classroom. But this individual wasn't nice. She didn't do a good job teaching, but yet she wants to claim, I was the best teacher in the whole entire world. Whatever. Bullshit. Bull crap. Like, I had no friends in elementary school because she was talking about every student behind their back in a negative way. We didn't trust each other, the students, because, the teacher didn't trust us. She just saw the negative in everyone around her. So yeah, she's not a Christian. She's not a nice person. So maybe that's the moral of my story, right? Don't trust the Christians who say they're Christians, because they're all liars. Because they're not going to implement the principles of true Christianity with their words and with their behavior, but they're going to tell you that you have to follow the principles, even though they don't. That's not a true Christian. That's not a true religion. That's a false religion. You say one thing and then you do the exact opposite. Yeah, that's not how religions work. And that's not how you create a positive environment and community. It's how you isolate individuals from each other. That's what I learned. Anyways, so let's continue on. So when you do something naughty, everyone is sad. Well, that's the thing is, in this Christian educational environment that I was in, no one admitted they were sad. They looked sad. They looked like something was wrong. But no one would acknowledge the problems. No one would get to the root issue of what was going on and come up with a solution, So, hey, if no one's going to actually do anything to bring any changes, it's like, I'm sorry, at some point you become numb. That's what happened to me. Hey, people keep complaining about negativity and hardships and everything. And I'm like, okay, well, what are the health principles to get well? What can we do in this work environment to change it and make it better? You say you want more cells. And my solution is bring in the good quality products, and then the products will sell themselves, because if you bring in the superior, excellent quality products, and it's a reasonable cost for everyone to buy something, then the products will sell itself, and then you'll be a self-sustaining um um service industry thing in multiple ways, you know. But my boss didn't want to listen to me, like, no, the products are fine, whatever, you know. It's like, well, the products didn't work for me. They didn't help heal my face and get rid of the scars on my face from popping pimples and stuff like that. So, you know, if the products don't work, then it's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have trouble selling those products, you know? So what do? Well, it's like, well, if it smells good, if you want to be pampered, you're literally getting certain services because you want to pamper yourself, and you're getting it for the smell because it smells good to you. You know? So that's how you sell something that isn't a good quality product. You go by, does it taste good? And does it smell good? That's all you have. Sorry. So I would like to see society change where there's good quality products. It's and at a reasonable price. That means, like, okay, if this is made in a factory, how long did it take to make the batch and then put it in the bottles? Then you divide it by the batch and be like, okay, this is the total amount of time. It took this many minutes and this many seconds. So, realistically, that should be the price of the product for the most part. So, if you, uh, if everyone's kind of on a massive level changes society where it's like, okay, that's your standard of currency, then it's like, I'm sorry, you're no longer allowed to really incorporate other prices into, I mean, it might still work if that's like a legitimate price, and then you can still include shipping or whatever. But it's like, really, people should probably pay for shipping themselves, right? Or the grocery store pays for the shipping, and then it's like, again, buying it in bulk, putting it on the shelves, right? So, and then if every single store has the same products, well, it's like, maybe certain stores should be like, we're going to carry these specific products. We're going to carry these specific clothes, and not everything have everything, because then it's like, you would get more business, because it'd be like, oh, I want more options. So you go to a specific store for this option and this specific store for this option. And so then there is less competition. But again, everything's at a more reasonable price where it's like manufactured. Did it actually take an hour for clothes to be made? Well, if the clothes didn't actually take a whole hour for that set of clothes to be made, then you shouldn't be paying an hour's worth of wages for those clothes. So, again, are seconds really pennies? Are dollars really minutes? And then are hundreds really hours? How come we're getting paid really? We're really not getting paid by the hour. We're getting paid we're doing hours worth of labor, but we're getting paid in minutes. That's really what we're getting paid in. So that's not being nice. Okay, so you have a whole governmental money currency that it's like they seem like, oh, we're on a really good money currency, like it was backed up by gold. Um, well, it sounds like that wasn't such a great idea. Your currency should have been backed up by seconds, minutes, and hours somehow. And it's not, so we don't get fair wages in the United States of America. But everyone's like, yeah, we do. Well, I guess then the government and the educational system actually brainwashed everybody to think that we are in a good money system. So hopefully the United States of America, the countries of the world, they will look at this and be like, well, what if you hand make something, yes, then it's gonna cost more, right? Because it's handmade, right? It's custom built. It could be a one of a kind item, right? So yeah, that is gonna cost more money. It could take hours and hours to make that item, but if something is manufactured and there's tons of it, it's like, here's this batch. Break up the batch of how and divide it by how many with the amount of time, and that's your price, and then it brings the cost down, right? But people right now don't seem like they want to come together as a community and make things more reasonable for everyone. We're like, well, we're going to go through the last days and Jesus is going to come. Well, I'm sorry. Through your words, through your behavior, it doesn't seem like Jesus is going to come, because you're not nice individuals. You're not even creating your own community where we all work together, and people that join your church or your denomination come together and we worked, and it's like there's incentive to join your church because that church is all working together as a community to function and love each other and make sure everyone has what they need: food, water, shelter, clothes. Where is the community? I mean, literally, the people who claim to be my parents, they are going on how many years in this house that they live, and no one's come and actually done manual labor, volunteered their time to help fix the house up. Or here, we're going to, pull our resources together, donate this money and be like, okay, your roof needs to be fixed. We're going to help you pay for it. We're going to help you organize and have enough space for everything, or help you declutter. We're going to help you get your house in order. Where's the community in the church to help you do that? Zero. Again, it's talk the talk. Where's the walk part? Where's the actual doing the behavior of being nice and helping someone else out? Because I didn't learn how to be a carpenter. So if I had learned how to be a carpenter or a mechanic, I would be doing so many things around the house myself and implementing it, in making changes where it's like, okay, here, this thing goes here, this thing goes here. Okay, well, I don't have that skill set, so I can't do it myself. But where are people in the church using their skill sets to help everyone else in the church? It's like you come to church one day a week, spend a few hours if you're lucky with one another, and then you disappear for the rest of the week for the most part. It's like, bye, nice seeing you, it was so nice to see you, but do you actually really care and love each other? Do you show that through your words? Do you show that through your behavior? Anyways, continuing on. Did you do anything today that wasn't nice? What was it? I can't really think of anything right now because, again, it's in the process of beginning to, wake up. After I ate breakfast, I cleaned them and put them in the dish dryer rack. Okay, so that was definitely nice. Okay, did you do something nice today? What was it? Okay, so we're skipping question 1. We just answered question 2. What can you do tomorrow to be nice? Okay, so I'm going to do my best to be positive and love myself and go for a walk or ride a bike and get exercise. So, and then if I'm tired, I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm going to make sure I get food and I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna do my best to get a more wholesome entertainment, and stuff like that. So I am doing the best that I can to be nice to myself and to the other individuals that I live with. Okay, so happy are the kind and merciful, Matthew 5:7. Let's see if we can find the ladybugs now. Again, I can go on and on and on. Okay, here's one ladybug. 2 ladybugs, 3 ladybugs, 4, 5. I'm getting 5 ladybugs. How many ladybugs did you get? So again, these different Christian principles are bringing up stuff from the past. So I am sorry that this is a venting session. So again, that's why positivity and negativity are allowed in these videos, because unless you have a completely wonderful positive environment around you where people are truly nice and they're nice with their words, they're nice with their actions, they're nice with their behavior, and everyone's coming together and they're working together as a community, and the governmental currency is reasonable and everyone has what they need or more than what they need, then you're not going to have that extremely positive environment that everyone seeks. So I am doing truly the best I can. A lot of changes need to be made in society worldwide if people really want a positive community, a positive environment. You can't just say that you want everything to be positive if you're not willing to be a part of the solution to bring positivity everywhere. So thank you for watching this video. Until next time, again, this was letter N. Next video will be O. Goodbye for now. Until later.